Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. But first, it is Monday, so hopefully y'all had yourselves a great weekend this weekend. As well as I'd like to thank and welcome all of the newest subscribers that we had gained over the last week and over the weekend. You guys are awesome. Also, thank you to the people that have stuck with me this far. You guys are also awesome. Yeah, we gained quite a lot this last week, which I'm very happy for. Definitely very happy for that because it is, the continued support has allowed me to continue doing these videos. So, I'm pretty happy about that. And 1.1 is coming very soon, probably. We don't know the exact release date yet for it, but it is coming very soon. If you guys have not seen it, there is a release trailer by Coffee Stain Studios. They had just put out, not a release trailer, a teaser trailer. And not a release trailer. It's a teaser trailer that showed off tons and tons of stuff. If you guys would like to see me cover that little teaser trailer and kind of see how much stuff we can spot, which is basically all it'd be. How many things we can spot. There's quite a lot there. There's quite a lot, definitely, that I had spotted. It took me a few tries to spot everything. I think I had spotted everything, but it was just like, ooh, those things look so good. So, yeah, like I said, if you'd like to see me cover that, then do let me know. But I know we don't really cover updates for Satisfactory a whole lot. So, I mean, we just cover it by playing it, of course. But yeah, super excited for 1.1. It is going to be amazing. Moving on here, though. That we need to do is we need to go over what we did last week. So if you went here last week, last time, we had went over and finished the quartz crystal factory, which we can head over to now. Alrighty, and here we are over at our quartz factory. So we've got the train line coming in that's going to be dropping off quartz should we need more, but we are locally sourced for our quartz with this factory. So this is the big reveal of the quartz factory. Yes, this makes quartz crystal and silica. We had a concept in mind. It didn't really turn out that way. It's still not finished yet. I still got to do a few little things here and there to the outside of the building to kind of basically break up all this, just kind of flat wall we got going on here. But for the most part, though, it looks pretty good. This is all going to be flat wall like that. And these I might leave, but we'll see. But definitely the sides, the big sides, we want to wanted to kind of put some other stuff down. But if we come into here, it's a little cramped with the train station, but we got the train station going on here. We got quartz crystal coming in this train station and silica coming in this train station, as well as we put our uploaders in the wall, which I am going to end up adding some more uploaders, probably here and here. I could do that at some point, because the quartz crystal's not quite up to snuff in the silica and stuff when we go to do builds and stuff like that. That stuff can run out pretty damn quickly. But yeah, we'll probably put stuff like that. But yeah, this is the silica and the quartz crystal factory. It looks pretty good. This is what we done last week, though, and got it finished near the end of last week. I think it was Thursday. But yeah, we got 2 floors of crystal and 1 floor of silica, and here's the second floor. And not too bad, not too bad. We're kind of keeping it away from natural light because it is. It is a crystal, so we want to keep it away from light. At least that's what we kind of pretend to say. It is we want to keep it away from the natural light. The silica's fine, but it's the quartz crystal. We say it's like, does some kind of chemical reaction that isn't good for it, so we try to keep it away from direct, or at least some of it from direct sunlight, at least not for too long. But yeah, that is the quartz crystal factory. Looks pretty damn nice. I'm loving the neon lighting that we got going on here. The outer stripes. Also, is this done? Oh, this is almost done. I need to remove that. But yeah, so we got that. So we got this done, as well as we got the rod factory finished as well. But today's plan, just while we're over here, this week's plan, is going to be building out in the swamp biome. We're going to be doing frames. We're going to be doing modular frames, the heavy encased frames, the fused modular frames, and the pressure conversion cubes. 4 different factories in the swamp biome. I figured electronics was probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea inside the swamp biome. We can't really see down there. Actually, if we come up here, the fog does kind of go away if we get high enough. There we go. So the fog does clear right here in this corner. You can see, yeah, we're going to be having 4 factories planted around here. We're not going to really place them anywhere specifically, necessarily, unless they require a very specific raw resource for some reason. But yeah, that'll be where all of our factories are. We're also going to have a bypass. Well, I guess not really a bypass, but kind of a bypass line running directly through a main line, going right through the middle, connecting up to the rail line that goes to the screw factory over there. And then we're going to be starting in from roughly that area. Or is it that area? I don't remember exactly where it's going to be coming in at, but that'll be our main line, and then the 4 factories there. So let's head over to the rod factory, which you can kind of see from here, but we're not going to spoil it too much. But yeah, let's head over to the rod factory, because at the end of the Friday episode, I did promise you I was going to work on the rod factory a little bit more, and we were going to get back to it today, but I decided to go ahead and finish it so that we could we could work on the bypass line today. So we can just get started on the bypass line going through the area. So let's head over to the rod factory. Okay, and coming up this way through the kind of the northern forest area, we've got our kind of plates factory over there. We got our little wreck there. We've got our aluminum factory, but this is the northern forest where we started building on our rod factory, and realized that we had to move this bridge. This bridge has not been moved. I found a better way while I was messing with it, so we got that fixed as well. But yeah, we got the rod I did get the rod factory finished, and I did widen it out. I did find a way I was going to do that. So, and here we are. This is the rod factory. So the rod factory we made out of these frame pillars, made them into kind of rolls, I guess, or rods in this case. And I did find a better way to make the blueprints. So I did overdo it a little bit. I did overdo it with a little bit with the lights. I went ahead and went with this really light kind of steelish blue. It's a little bit more blue than steel blue, but I went ahead and did that. I did also decide to leave it here. I was going to run these signs along the edges, and that was not going to work. So, but yeah, I did or not completely, but I did mostly remake the blueprint that fits in here. So if we actually go into blueprint mode, the edge blueprints, I did kind of remake these a little bit so that they fit together a little bit more, and we've got 4. So each one of these has got 10 machines. It's got 10 smelters and 10 I guess 20 machines, but 10 smelters and 10 constructors to make the rods, just using the normal recipe. And we needed 40 machines. We ended up last time at the end of the episode only with these 2 here, and then the train line kind of turned roughly right here, and then with this way, I decided to pull it out another bridge length. And I say bridge length as in the bridge length blueprint, and as well as this one, I decided to straighten it up so that it was a straight line with this, so that we had room, and then made the corner to go around. So let's take a tour of the rod factory. So the rod factory is completely done, and it's completely hooked up. We got the raw ore going in on that side, and the rods are actually coming in here on this side. Whoops. Well, let's go ahead and just fix it. The tour has been ruined. Sorry. Completely forgot about that. It's because the blueprint was made incorrectly when I made these, and I can't really fix it without remaking the entire blueprint. But yeah, so they're sunk down into the foundations a little bit. This train has been kind of I guess the route has been remapped to go to the other iron mine, the one that the steel factory is taking from, and we'll eventually get around to fixing that one. So the steel factory takes from there instead. It's just this train line and that train station, or this train and that train station, these two are a little too close, so it's a little too frequent. Was blocking up the trains, but yeah, so our iron ore does go in on this side. This is where we've got our power, so I've got a little light controller to control my lights. So you can see my lights are a little bit blue in there. I'm actually going to add a little bit more blue to that. Let's go 0.5-ish. Make it a little more blue, so it kind of matches these a little bit more. But yeah, and then we got our power grid running on the outside. Anyway, so, and then, like I said, we got the rods being uploaded here, going through the train station. Very, very nice. This rod factory does 1,200 per minute, by the way, in case you missed last week. Because we kind of pushed through this factory a little bit faster, and that's also why I haven't been doing. That's part of the reason why I have been doing a lot of other content, is because I've been doing the episode like I'm doing now, and then going in after the episode and spending, of course we can't do that today, but then spending extra time kind of doing in between episodes a lot of the other faff. And this factory is a pretty simple factory. We needed a lot of rods, so but yeah, we've got 1,200 rods per minute coming in, 30 per machine. That way we could have the same amount. So basically the way this works is we got a little staircase here. Stop flying here, and we'll go up. This is where we have the smelter, so the material comes in. As you can see, we got 40 smelters here, kind of individually in their own little areas. Looks pretty damn nice, if I do say so myself. But yeah, it kind of comes in on this frame piece, like in the middle of this blueprint. It comes in and then it goes up to this little thing here. We'd have to go down a floor if we wanted to see that, but then it goes and splits among the floor here, and then you walk above it, of course. And we've got all of our connectors. And this is we're not using any kind of overclocking or any kind of output multiplier, just straight up doing that. Yeah, so then we go down a floor, well, down 2 floors technically, and we go in here where we got all of our constructors, and this is the setup we've got. We've got it overclocked twice, so we can produce 30 per machine. That way the math works out nicely, and then the ingots come in at the back side of the machine, go into the machine, and then the rods go back up to the ceiling, and they get merged. Obviously they can't go to the next floor because we have all of our splitters there. But you can actually see the ore coming in. It doesn't look good anymore like it did. It used to look really good, and then I decided to completely remake this blueprint with a full circle rather than a half circle, and that kind of ruined it. But I'm not changing it. I don't care. I'm not changing it. It looks too good with the full circles, so I'm leaving it there. But yeah, this is the rod factory. So we got the rod factory completed at 1,200 per minute, and there was a good reason that we needed the rod factory, because more than likely we're going to be using the rods for frames. We shall see, though. I do have blueprints also. I do have alternate recipes, but speaking of recipes, let's go ahead and pick that last recipe. So we have all the recipes unlocked that is possible up until the end of Phase 4. So we have no more recipes that we can actually unlock as well. And we still have quite a few hard drives. I think like 16 or something like that. I'm too lazy to look. But yeah, so our rod factory is completed. So let's go ahead and let's go roughly to the middle of the factory. I try not to do the middle of the train stations unless it's like... So yeah, we'll do it roughly here-ish. I like to put my character on the map where I'm going to put my marker. Because obviously you can't see... you know what I would really like if they did a more live map of the top-down view, like kind of like Satisfactory Calculator does, where you can actually see your structures. and your train lines and stuff, and then have the filters over here like you have these filters. That would be pretty nice, but that might be a little too much load for the game. Okay, we're gonna do rod factory. We're gonna leave it gray as well, and we're gonna do that. Oh, rod factory, and then 1200 per minute. 1200 per minute, and then subcategory. I need to create a subcategory for factories so we can toggle them on. And then we're going to do a large icon, apply. Yeah. So yeah, the same with any of these map markers. Okay. Oh yeah, there's one crash site that we cannot do, and that is the superposition. We need one superposition oscillator, which we do not have, unfortunately. The superposition oscillator, or maybe we did get it. I actually don't. We might have gotten it from the crash site, so we'll see. So factories, apply. Iron plate factory. I need to go to all my factories and put a marker down, as well as that way we can look at our listing here and see that. And then possible future factory, this spot right here. This is probably not going to work anymore unless the train stations come in at the top. That is also possible, but the factory itself is going to have to be pretty small. So, but I want it to be an epic factory, like producing a Phase 4 part, for instance. Like we could do. We're not going to do the nuclear pasta there. I already have an idea for nuclear pasta, and I'm building that factory in the dedicated server, the one that my friend is hosting. So. And we're going to be building that here as well. I'm going to rebuild it on this game because I'm not very far into it, but it's already looking pretty damn epic. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there and build it into this game, kind of like what we did with the mall, where I built the mall in the dedicated server and then I built it here as well. But yeah, pretty epic rod factory. Okay, so let's go to where we need to pull the train line. Let's get moving on that train line here. Alrighty, and a little while later, more like a couple hours later, I've been gone. I also went around the map on some of these factories, not every single one of them, but some of these factories I went ahead and put down markers, also at a couple of these mines here. So the copper mine, rather than naming the train station, we can go ahead and hide the train stations and then just look at the actual marker here. So we got copper mine, we're using 1250 out of 2340. Then, copper sheets, 1250. We've got the quartz crystal, or the quartz factory with crystal 900, silica 800. Quick wire at 2000. Screw factory, I actually kind of slightly redid my screw factory a little bit ago. Like an hour or two ago. That's how long ago it was. I added another machine and then I summer slooped all the constructors. So now we're producing 7,800, 10 belts worth, 10 Mark V belts worth of screws. So that should help us, because we were kind of suffering with screws a little bit for the reinforced plate factory. So I way upped them. We got the reinforced plates at 300. We got our wiring cable factory, wire doing 2,500, cable doing 2,500. We've got our modular engine factory doing 25 per minute. We've got our steel factory doing beams at 1,500 and pipes at 2,000. And, we did our rod factory at 1,200, iron plate factory at 2,000, and this iron mine. So I did manage to catch one of the trains that went to the steel factory that was delivering iron. And I swapped it over to this one because this is the closest iron mine that we have. So I added the 2,220 that it was needing, from a train, and I put it here. So that should, because the steel factory was definitely suffering. It did not have enough iron, not even close. There is an iron ore node here, though, that I might pipe in at some point, but at least we got that. I think that's all the ones I did. We still got a few factories left to put markers on, but I'll do those later. At some of the point, I actually got them organized as well. So over here in the factories section, you've got all the different factories, all the different color codes. And then we got mines and wells, which I'm going to have that as a category. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put how much is producing on the right and how much on the left, how much is taking. When we finally get around to all that. And I did not have a superposition oscillator from Fixmas like I thought I did. That's right, it did not come in this most recent Fixmas calendar, unfortunately. At least not for me. But yeah, it did not come in, unfortunately. So, we kind of have to leave that. But, we are here at the... at the end of the line. We need to go from here up to there, to that point there with a train line. Because we're going to be using this direction over here. So, yeah, once we're at the top of this hill... why did I jump off of that? I don't have a jetpack equipped. You can still take damage. But yeah, we're going to come to this area, then we're going to do a split. Part of the rail line that's going down to the grasslands, that's going to go this way, towards that area. And then the other split, so we're going to have a kind of a, almost like a T-junction, but more of a Y junction, I guess. Then the other one is going to be going this way. And we're going to follow this little dirt path, and then we're going to take a left. Right over the top of this coal node here. And then we're going to make our way down this way, so this will be the path here. I do need to be very careful in this area because there is a SAM node, and eventually we're going to want to put a train station here in this flat spot, which I might end up doing. We might make this all flat right here. That would be pretty good. And then put it up in the air, but there's a lot of hogs in this area. But this is this is an impure node. So at most we're going to get 300 per minute out of it. Man, that's so little. It's such useless. Is there another SAM node in this area? Oh, I don't have any. I can scan for SAM. Okay. Alright, Sam, where you at, buddy? Alright, there is another SAM node up this way, which is a pure, and that's an impure. Ooh, if we bring both of these nodes down this way, that could be really good. And then we can make because the SAM factory is definitely going to be another factory that we need to make. Oh, big idea. You know, when I was thinking about what kind of factory we could put in this area here? Oops. There we go. We just made a new location, Future Factory SAM. That's going to be our SAM factory in there. Oh, and there's a SAM node actually right here as well. And then we've got one in here that we could definitely grab with another train station. And we'll bring all the SAM from across the map. There is a SAM node down here as well. I don't know how we pick that up, but oh, that's beautiful. Alright, well, that solves that issue. Okay, so let's get this train line done. We've got a lot of work to do. Because basically I'm going to complete the train line first, and then we'll worry about doing factories after that. I'm not even going to worry about that coal node. That coal node is impure. It is useless. Okay, so yeah, we'll get to working on the rail line here. I don't think we're close enough to be able to run a train line directly. Let's see. See how far I can go with this. So I'll probably just do a 1 meter incline. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to do a 1 meter incline. Oh, that works out so good. Because SAM, there's not a whole lot of stuff with SAM, unless there is. But it'd be really cool if we could bring the SAM node or the SAM ore in at the top of the factory, or heck, even the bottom of the factory if we really could. It'd have to be the top though, because there's just so much, so many train stations that are going to be coming in. Because it does take a manufacturer, I think, for the SAM ore stuff. But yeah, we could bring the stuff in the train station at the very top of the factory and have it trickle down through the foundations, and have the factory hidden inside that cave. Oh, dude, that sounds amazing. I love it. All right. We're a long ways away from that, but yeah, let's get to working on this. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, obviously this is going to end up running into this rock up here. So we need to shift it, but I'm thinking about turning it instead. Is this high enough? This might not be high enough. No. Even if I shift it over, it's not high enough. Well, it's really low. Okay, so we'll do what we did on the other side, which is basically we do 5 and then 5, or roughly thereof. Just to get the height right. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So something like that. So I'm just super excited about that SAM node. That SAM factory. That sounds amazing. Ugh. Yeah, then we'll go up 5 as well. Yeah, still not the height I want. Maybe we'll go 6. Basically, though, I'm just trying to establish a height that I need to be setting at, and a placement. So if I can get this all set up, then we can continue on with the train line. Continue on figuring out how we're going to slope it. Okay, so I think I've got a height that I'm pretty happy with. I mean, the grass is kind of poking through, but I think that's okay. But I could turn it, but we do have a pretty good angle. So basically, that goes one way, this goes another. But we're going to be making a split in between here. So we're going to be going that way and that way. Something like that, anyway. Okay, but basically, yeah, we've got to get our train line up here, which is going to be here and here. Just log that. Just like that. Okay. So then now we're gonna have to S-bend this in order to get over that. And then we have to S-bend it because of the height in the land and stuff. So I'm thinking if we copy the other side, the other hill, you can see how that's kind of a little bit elongated, I guess I could say. 1, 2, probably around this length-ish. And then there. Okay, I'm not going to fix the intersection until I am confident. But then we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have to... So we'll S-bend to here, I think. Okay, and then in order for this to work... Yeah, we're going to have to do it like that. Actually, no, we don't, because the foundations don't exist once we get past that. So we skip 1, 1, 2, 3, just like the other side. There we go. So now we've copied the bottom. Okay, so then we take it to there. We're not S-bending very far, so it's not like it's too crazy. I will need to... I just want to see what this S-bend looks like, but we will need to fix that ever so slightly. Because the S-bends are not quite the same right now. That freaking autosave. Yeah, see how they kind of narrow in between? Just ever so slightly. Let's remove this. I want to see how it looks. That's not a bad S-bend. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it is the same S-bend there. If we get rid of a bit more foundation, because we're not going to need all this. See how it looks without the foundations in place. That just looks so good, even with the curve in there. It is kind of like a roller coaster, but it does seem to work. I wonder if we can extend out this a little bit further. Like pull it up to here, maybe. And it should still look good. It might be a bit far, though. Yeah, we're asking too much. Okay. However, I will pull it to here. Kind of pull it up just ever so slightly more. Oh, it's too long. Balls. Too bad there's no undo button. Nope. Bugged out the hover pack. There we go. Hopefully that gets fixed in 1.1. There's so many things coming in 1.1. Oh, I'm so excited. And usually they don't do a teaser video unless it's like... They're like a month out from release or so. At least so far in the past they have been doing that. Okay, but now that we've got this section done, now we all get to do is build the supports for it. Because now I am perfectly happy the way this looks. And I think I'll copy this side. This side actually turned out quite well, so I'm going to copy it over to this side. Makes sense. Alrighty, finally getting that built. Doesn't look like we're gonna get much done today, huh? Yeah, look at that. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Yes. Okay. But yeah, now that we got the supports in place for our rail line, which goes across this bridge, I think I'm gonna cut part of this bridge off. I started doing the supports and I was just like, we'll go ahead and cut half of this off so that we can do the intersection. Nope, getting windy again today. Jeez. Yeah, if you guys hear any noise, more than likely it's the wind. It was the wind! Huh, must have been the wind. Sorry. So we want to put that there. But I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Definitely not 5, more than that. Two, 3, 4, 5. 6. And 7. I'm just trying to get the angle right for that intersection there. So put it on the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can hit the H key to kind of lock it in place. Actually, that's not bad. It is kind of aiming towards that left side, though. I guess we'll do 8. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn it. I let go of control at the wrong time. Come on. Stop! 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 Thank you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, so we have our foundation here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put this underneath, hit the H key. I want to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Start again because it lagged. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll probably leave this as a solid foundation. Well, at least not, maybe not a solid foundation, but yeah, because we know we got plenty of room. Then we're going to go out 10. Okay. So then I'm going to remove these two because we no longer need them. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So roughly there. Actually, move it in one. Might slide it over. Only makes a decent curve. Okay. I'll bring our rail line right up to here. That should make a somewhat nice curve over that way. Yeah, whatever. Put that there to connect. Because, like I said, this line is going to be going down there. And eventually this line will connect to the grasslands. Well, at least, both of these lines will, but this will be the main one, I think. More than likely. Okay, then we go test this out. Alright, it does S-bend a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up. We'll back this up one. And now it shouldn't S-bend. There we go. And get rid of this here. Okay. So there's that intersection. Let's get our one going this way. Like I said, yeah, we're going to follow this path here. Going this way, and then we're going to curve around and go that way. Alrighty, so now that we've got the other arm in place, sort of my tabs here, there we go. So we got the other arm in place. I tried to follow this path, go this way, but this was way too sharp, so I had to angle it out a little bit, move it back some, that kind of thing. But we got what we needed in the end. Like I said, I am going to do a full foundation, well, not a full foundation, but I am going to do a foundation support structure here. So I'm going to employ my new trick, which is take the big frame pillar support. This massive sucker. This is the exact size of a foundation, by the way. The bottom side, and it will follow the rails just like all the rest. What we're going to do is we're going to put the corner, touch the corner in there a little bit. Then we're just going to follow that up. And we're going to leave a little bit of a V right there. Not too much of a V, but just a little bit. I guess the inside one doesn't really matter all that much, but it's fine. Just like that. And then we're going to do this one here. This one we're going to have to put back quite a ways. Probably roughly... looks like roughly there. Just because of the way it's... the way it is. And then let the autosave pass. Radiation level. Didn't I remove the... I could have swore I removed all the... Oh, I did. It's just some residual radiation, I guess. And then we're going to do this. Again, just a little bit of a V. Okay, so that side's done. Now we just got to do this one. Let me pull a full-size foundation here so I can properly clip it in. I do roughly half. Yep. So there. There. And this one should be, yeah, roughly half again. Okay. So now that we've got those in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a... we're just going to put a 1 meter foundation underneath these. We're going to remove these, so... Default. And make sure you aim at the right one, not next to it so it snaps to the foundation, but you want to snap it to the actual thing. And it is going to clip in. And the insides of this doesn't really have to be perfect because we're not going to see them anyway, for the most part. But we're going to try to fill in the foundation. And once you've done that, just go ahead and start deleting these. Hit the G key if you want to do the whole filter thing. And just delete all these because we no longer need them. Then we're going to take a full 4 meter foundation because that's how tall they are, and again have it on default. Then just go to each one of your little 1 meters that you put down and put a 4 meter on top of it. Well, it doesn't have to be a 4 meter, but you definitely want it to. You definitely want it to touch the rail or be underneath at the very bottom, touching the rail in the bottom there. Okay, then we're going to hit the G key on the 1 meter, and we're going to get rid of all the 1 meters because now they have served their purpose. Oh, got a hog and a spider fighting. Get him! Oh, that's the big strike, and it's dead. Wait, no, still alive. Oh, missed. Oh! Oh, and the comeback. We got the comeback champion over here. He came back from a massive tumble. Probably just got any health. Yeah, not really much health. Yeah, we can go ahead and upload those. Okay, but now that we've got those in place, remove these. I'll put full-on foundations here. Same with this side. Full-on foundations. Yeah, I guess we will be doing a full foundation piece. Alright, and then what we can do is remove the tracks except for the very outer ones because we don't need to remove those. And you just fill it in. Just make sure it doesn't poke outside the other foundations, which is pretty hard to do, but depending on your intersection setup, it is possible. Just whatever you have to do to fill it in, basically. There we go. We take our wall design that we have. This side. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Do this one. Oh, perfect. I just gotta remember how we drew these. Is it from this way? Looks like it. So you gotta draw them the same way that you drew them before. So does that look correct? Yep, that looks correct. Alright, we now have ourselves a Y junction. Sweet. But with that, though, unfortunately, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So next time, next time, we'll continue this rail line. This way is not going to be complete for a while. Not until we get this line complete. Then we could possibly build down that way towards the nitrogen gas, because there is a nitrogen gas well. Let's see, it's right... See, this is the spot where that big old slope is, and you got the two cliffs either side. It's roughly here. Yeah, roughly there. You see this big lake right here? And then you got this circle lake right here for landmarks. Yeah, it's roughly in this spot. Ish. I'm not saying it's exactly there, but it's definitely roughly in that area. Just, you know, in this radius. It's not quite there, maybe more like that in that radius there somewhere. It's somewhere in there. But yeah, that will be our nitrogen gas for the fused modular frames. So we'll be working on that as well. And we'll be setting up factories as well that are not going to have everything they need, so we're going to have to set up a couple factories that aren't going to be functional for a while. But yeah, I think we're pretty good. But again, like I said, with that though, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.